Minecraft bases can sometimes look boring, but all they need is a bit of life. Take this ocean for example, empty. But even if I just add a little speedboat, it looks 10 times better. And that's why today I'll be showing you 8 different vehicles that you can add to your Minecraft world. Starting off with vehicle number 1, this little speedboat is very easy to make and very customizable. You can use whatever blocks you want and it will still look just as good. But my issue is it's a bit too small. I mean, I'm currently stuck in the driver's seat right now. And so we're gonna have to make an even bigger one. And that is our boat almost complete. I just wanted to bring you guys back in to demonstrate this little trick that you can do. And it involves these walls here. Now, as you can see, these walls are not attached together, but I do want them to be. Now, I could just chuck a wall here or even a wall there. But the thing is, that looks a bit too chunky. And so instead, we can get out some glass panes. And if we just chuck it on the side like so, they then form a connection. And from here, it does look a bit funky, but if we go all the way out here, you stop seeing the glass panes and instead you can just see the little connection. And I'm actually going to be taking advantage of this a lot more throughout this build. For instance, here, where we are going to make this wire out of iron bars. And honestly, that one does just look awesome. We're going to use this trick again up here as well. And yeah, that's perfect. And after adding on a few extra little details, this boat is complete. Anyways, it's now time to take to the skies because I'm going to be building 2 hot air balloons. We're definitely going to need some scaffolding for this. And let's start by making the small hot air balloon. We're now just going to place 3 fences in all 4 corners. And if we alternate between the dark oak fences and the nether bricks, they're both very dark in color, that from far away, they look the exact same. Now, the design that I want for this hot air balloon is a spiral design between 2 different colors. We're going to be using the blue terracotta and the purple terracotta because, well, they go quite nicely together. This balloon is not going to be that big in comparison to the one that we're going to make just here, which is why I'm not going to do a time lapse for this one because then you guys can actually see how I'm building this. Now, if you do want to see more in-depth tutorials on how to build these vehicles, tell me in the comments which one you'd like to see most and I'll be happy to make a tutorial. And now the last few blocks and the balloon is done. I honestly think this balloon looks so cute, and the thing is, it's also very customizable. You can change out the basket for any different block, you can change out all of these terracotta blocks for any different blocks as well, and it will still look just as awesome. But anyways, it is now time to start working on the bigger hot air balloon, and we're gonna have it right here, just next to our little small one. This one I am gonna do as a time lapse though, because otherwise this video would be many hours long. I've just paused the recording for a second because I've just realized that I am missing a block. Well, not one individual block. I'm missing, I don't even know how many white wool blocks, but the white wool is meant to be the main part of this balloon. I can't go any further without it. And so we're gonna have to go into the wild and find some sheep because I need to make a quick wool farm. I've acquired 2 sheep and you guys are gonna be helping me with that. To be honest, I don't think 2 sheep are gonna be enough. So I think I need to go out into the wild and get some more. And so with all of them collected, they should hopefully get me all of the wool that I need. And now it's time to just leave them to it for hopefully like half an hour. Maybe. I'll be right back. And finally, we've got enough wool, which means straight back to building. And there we go, that's another 2 vehicles complete. I did actually plan the placement of these just because I wanted them to look like they're getting absorbed by the fog. And so even when we're standing at the portal, we can still see the balloons just in our render distance. And now it's time to make another vehicle, which is actually going to be really close to the barn. And that's because we're going to be building a tractor. I think it just, there's a creeper up there. I think it just suits in really well. I mean, it's obviously sort of like the main vehicle that they would have on our farm. Now, this tractor is actually going to be quite expensive. We're going to need some dark prismarine, and we're also going to need a bunch of copper, which is why I've got some oxidizing just over there. And one other thing that we're going to need is wither roses. And luckily, there's someone on the server who can supply me with some. And ironically, he's just logged online. He's not speaking, but he has provided me with the wither roses. Thank you. That was a bit odd, but we've got the wither roses, so let's get back to building. Now, I'm just going to quickly fly over to our fishing trawler because I do actually need the wither roses for that as well. And if I just put them in these 2 flower pots, it just adds a little bit more to that smoke coming out of the chimneys. I don't know if that's actually a chimney. It may have some sort of fancy boat name, but I am not a fancy boat boy, so I would not know. And now that we have done that, we can finally get back to building the tractor. Now, this vehicle is going to technically be 1.5 vehicles, I guess you could say, because we are going to chuck a trailer on the back, and you obviously don't have to add a trailer to your tractor. I just thought that it would look quite cool. Now, I'm not going to do a time lapse for this tractor because I do think that it is one of the better vehicles, but it is also quite large, so I'm definitely not going to be doing a full tutorial. Instead, I'm just going to go over all of the core elements and add in some building tips, such as doing this, mixing stairs with walls in order to make a really rigid tire. This is perfect for a tractor like this, and obviously the bigger the vehicle is, the bigger the wheels can get, and therefore you can chuck in more details. But as we're trying to work on a realistic scale, these wheels work perfectly. Another thing that I like doing is using these functional blocks as little details, as these bottom bits of the observers go perfectly with the iron trapdoors, and it creates like almost like a front bumper. And I also love it because it annoys all of you redstoners out there. I know you hate it when we use redstone components to detail, but I don't care. It looks beautiful and I love annoying you guys. We can even use a blast furnace to emulate a grill that you'd find at the front of most vehicles. We can now make a smokestack, taking advantage yet again of the wither roses. A smokestack, that's what they're called, not chimneys, smokestacks. Anyways, it's now time to start working on the cabin for the tractor. And this is where probably one of my favorite building tips comes in, and that's curved windows. If you lay together glass and glass panes, you can make the perfect curved window design. I mean, look at it. Look at it. You cannot go wrong with that. Now, I think the only issue with curves is they can be quite difficult to make in such a small space, but that's why you really need to embrace all the different types of blocks in order to make the perfect curve. Now, in my opinion, the best block type for this is wood, because you do just get so many different things. You get the signs, the trapdoors, the doors, the fence gates. You get absolutely everything. And you can use things like iron trapdoors as well, but obviously iron trapdoors, they do require redstone in order to flip out. However, if you're building in creative, that doesn't matter too much, because you can take advantage of the debug stick. But as I said, if you just take full advantage of all of the blocks available to you, you can make some pretty good curves. And for a game which is pretty much fully designed on cubes, adding curves to your build can really help make it feel unique. Another thing which I really don't think I can say enough is take advantage of all of the different colors of glass. In fact, not even just glass. There are so many different colors and shades in this game, and you can blend all of them together as long as you try hard enough. If you need a bit of help, you can always find a bunch of different gradient designs on Google or even on Pinterest, and eventually it just becomes second nature and you can blend all of these blocks together easily. Anyways, I think I'm done yapping now. I'm just gonna add to the trailer and then we can move on to the next vehicle. And that's going to be just over here. I'm trying to scout out a nice little flat area quite close to the coast. And that's because I'm going to be building an old camper van. Yet again though, this build is going to be quite big, so I am going to do another time lapse. And if we just add a sign to the back, this hippie van is fully complete. I mean camper van. Camper van. This, yeah. And we can now move on to the next vehicle. Now, something that I've actually wanted to add to this landscape is an airport. Well, not really an airport, because that would obviously be way too big for this area and probably wouldn't fit in, but I mean like one of those old farm airstrips. And I'm not going to be making that in this video, but I am going to make the vehicle for it, and I thought that this piece of land would be absolutely perfect for the airstrip, so I'm going to add a little biplane right here. Starting off with some grindstones, because I think these look absolutely perfect for wheels. The body is going to be made out of dark oak slabs, planks, trapdoors, and stairs, and the wings as well. We're then going to chuck a minecart and rail in here, breaking the rail and replacing it with a sign, because now we can actually sit inside of the plane, and yet no matter what angle we look at this from, you cannot see the minecart. We're now going to finish it off with a windscreen and the signature two-bladed propeller, and with this biplane complete, we can now head back to the skies and make another one. Now the scale of this one may seem a bit disproportionate because it is going to be a lot larger than the other one, but it should look quite cool having something flying in the sky. Yet again though, I will be doing another time lapse for this one because it is quite big, so I'll see you when it's done. And there we go, our much larger biplane is fully complete. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think it looked a bit empty flying there alone. And so I think we need to add just a little something extra. And there we go, that's definitely what it was missing. Anyways, everybody, I am going to be ending the video there. I really hope you guys enjoyed the builds that featured in this video. And as I said, if you want to see some tutorials for these builds, then tell me which one you want to see and I would gladly make it for you. But for now, everybody, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.